What does it take to create a festival for farmers? This week's guest has the know-how, having just run the Underground Festival in Waipara. She spoke to Anisha Satya about what inspired her to start it up.
My name is Fran Bailey and I'm the founder of Underground Festival.
What is the Underground Festival?
Underground is Aotearoa's Festival of Soil. It's a celebration of food and farming, probably with a focus more on biological and low input farming, and centred all around food. It's a real celebration of food from the land. It was our first year last February 2025. We did a pilot event here in North Canterbury at Greystone Mines, and it went really well, and so we are here for year 2.
What was the inspiration for it in the first place?
The inspiration for Underground came from an event that I worked on in the UK called Groundswell, and it's a regenerative agriculture festival over 2 days on a no-till arable farm. They get about 8,000 farmers there, and it's the feeling that people walk away with of connection and learning something new, and farmers going back to the farm and feeling really invigorated, and just feeling like that is what I really needed. And I just loved that feeling from working on that event, and I thought, well, when I come home to New Zealand, I want to see if we can create something similar but with the unique flavour of Aotearoa.
Yeah, sure. We have a lot of farmer meetups. What's different about the Underground Festival?
Yeah, I guess the word festival is probably people are like, oh, is that going to be for me? But what we're trying to create a place for farmers to enjoy food and being together and bringing them to be at the centre of conversations around food. Like, food is pleasure, food is joy, and they are producing it. And so when we all come together to learn about it, then we should equally be having great food. And being outside is where farmers love to be, and that's what this event is. We're out in a paddock, and we have a whole lot of tents and teepees and food traders and glamping. So it's also an opportunity for them to get off farm and make it feel a little bit like a holiday, and that's probably where it's a bit different to a field day. We do have exhibitors and market stalls. They're sort of all part of the community, and it's not so much about like selling to the farmers. It's going, hey, what can we learn and how can we grow this together?
It does feel very intentional. Like, you come out here, you see all the tents are kind of the same colour, they're all set up the same way. It feels very communal. Is that Groundswell inspired, or did you come up with it yourself?
Yeah, no, that is inspired by my experience in the UK. They have about 9 different talk tents, and they are sort of the big stretch tents, and you can have you can have small intimate talks and workshops for about 50 people, and then you might have 300 under one big tent listening to a speaker. And there's different areas. We have 3 sessions running at any time. We have outdoor sessions. You can walk up into the vines and learn about the biodiversity work they've been doing here at Greystone. Or you can do harakeke weaving under the teepee with Naior, there's quite a bit going on that you can dip your toe into, and it's that cross-pollination of different principles and philosophies and practices that we really like, because actually Aotearoa has so much diversity going on. We're all sort of there's different ways that we can be doing low input and biological farming, but coming at it from more of an indigenous perspective or coming at it from more of an agroforestry perspective. Yeah, and it's nice to kind of bring all of that together, and people can jump into whatever they might want to try or learn a bit more about.
Last year was your pilot. What's the turnout been like this year?
Oh, yeah, I've actually been quite blown away. I wasn't quite sure up until Christmas, but since January, we've just had, so many people, sign up for 2-day passes and come along. We've definitely exceeded last year's numbers, and, it's really quite humbling, and it's really cool to see.
And why Greystone? I mean, it's beautiful. I can see why, but for those who are listening...
That's a good question. Greystone came about through a connection I have with Angela Clifford and Nick Gill from the food farm in North Canterbury, and I had been talking to them about this amazing event I worked on in the UK and how I really wanted to create something similar here, and they sort of suggested, well, Greystone has this perfect, I've got a bee on my shoulder, this is so fitting. He's all right. They very generously invited us to host it here. There's the perfect sort of 4-hectare paddock in the middle of the vineyard, so we're right in the middle, and it really just, I mean, it is the sort of centre of food and farming. You've got a mix of the both. There's a great restaurant in here. They're doing real paddock to plate. They are integrating sheep into their system all year round, and that sheep is also served on the table at their restaurant. So it's so beautifully interwoven into what we are all about at the festival.
Smooth sailing so far? You haven't had any major hiccups? Everything's kind of run like a well-oiled machine?
That is the dream.
I mean, it is the first year you're running the full event, so you can't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah, well, it actually... We've been hit with quite a big storm all around the country in the few days before the event, which was quite challenging in terms of a lot of ferries were cancelled on Monday and a lot of flights cancelled, and that was a key day for a lot of we have over 40 speakers and a lot of attendees, and so it was a bit of a juggling act to try and make sure that people could get here. One of our speakers is cut off in South Wairarapa and she won't make it, but everybody else has been able to make it, and we've been able to get everything up safely. So we have just been really blessed with the weather, and the sun's out now, and yeah, there's been a little bit of mud, but I think farmers can deal with that.
And what are your hopes for the next few underground festivals?
I would just love to see it continue to grow in quite a organic way, and just want people to feel like they can come here and they can learn new things, that we can have a collective voice about how we can move forward and make changes that are of benefit to our people and the land, and have those big hard topics around our food system, but also have a space that is enjoyable for people at the same time and has connection for farmers and growers.
Underground Festival organiser Fran Bailey chatting with Anisha Satya.